Hey everybody, it is Friday, April 19th, 2024, and I'm going to share a little bit from this book that I picked up at Goodwill. I'm a sucker for a $3 book. It is Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy. I read every day, pretty much every day, from Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart. She also has some amazing other books, The Language of Letting Go, for codependency issues. There are passages every single day. And when I was sitting at my new office and putting my little bookcase together that is completely full, I can't believe that I actually have packed a bookcase. I wasn't a reader for a long time, but now I have this draw to expand my knowledge, and it comes through the form of reading. So years ago, I had gotten something more, Excavating Your Authentic Self by the same author. And I had picked that book up when my daughter was little, for sure. I was going to therapy and dealing with being a new mom and the changing roles that come along with that. And I don't know if my therapist recommended the book or if I just went to Barnes and Nobles and picked it up, but I remember starting to do the work. It's Excavating Your Authentic Self, and I didn't even know what that meant at the time. Like, what does it mean to be your authentic self? Like, aren't you who you are? And I know now through the practice of yoga that there is this constant unraveling of layers that we build from the moment we're born until the moment we realize that we have built the layers around ourselves. And I wasn't confident enough in myself or my relationship at the time to finish that work. But this reminder today of finding this book, I remember having envelopes of each chapter in the Excavating Your Authentic Self, and writing down what it was asking me to do and putting it in the envelopes, and just so intimidated by the discovery, that self-study that we learn in the practice of yoga to get comfortable with. And I'm pretty sure when I went through a cleaning of where those papers were, I threw them away. I couldn't even look at them. And so when I found this book today, I picked it up and I thought, well, let me read today's excerpt and see if it's relatable. If it is, I'll get the book. I'll spend the $3. So today for April 19th, Spring Rituals of Replenishment. She says, actually, this is a poem by Edward Carpenter. Let your mind be quiet, realizing the beauty of the world and the immense, the boundless treasures that it holds in store. All that you have within you and all that your heart desires, all that your nature so specifically fits you for, that or the counterpart of it waits embedded in the great whole for you. It will surely come to you. Yet equally surely not one moment before its appointed time will it come. All your crying and fever and reaching out of hands will make no difference. Therefore, do not begin that game at all. That's a poem by Edward Carpenter. And she continues on to say, this is the season of renewal and replenishment. What better way to begin than to meditate on English poet Edward Carpenter's assurance that all our needs will be satisfied by the great whole. Whatever we are waiting for, peace of mind, contentment, grace, the inner awareness of simple abundance, it will surely come to us, but only when we are ready to receive it with an open and grateful heart. While you are waiting patiently, take comfort and joy in simple springtime rituals of rejuvenation. A favorite of mine is to search for a new sacred space out in the world. This reminds me that we carry our serenity with us. A shady grove of trees in an old cemetery, a beautiful public garden that's new to you, a museum gallery, the stacks of an old library, the hush of a quiet chapel where you can light a candle, even an outdoor cafe where you can sit basking in the sunshine can help you realize the boundless treasure and spiritual replenishment of a perfect solitary hour. Joseph Campbell tells us sacred space and sacred time and something joyous to do is all we need. Almost anything then becomes a continuous and increasing joy. So it was completely relatable. I am now an empty nester, and it came about in kind of a rough way. Not kind of, it did come about in a rough way. But everything does happen for a reason, and I am continuing to learn and evolve from mistakes that I make in this lifetime. I am very aware of some of my behaviors that are undesirable, and they can be hurtful, and everybody has them. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to learn from those moments that cause pain or sadness or scars in another human being. And so I'm learning from mine. And I went through a little health scare this past, it's been a few weeks, but I had a procedure done and the test results came back negative. So I'm on the other side of that, and there's nothing like a little health scare to get you to really redefine where you are in life, what your priorities are, the stress levels that you might have. My whole world is like all these pieces of this puzzle that are slowly coming back together that have been just scattered on the table, and I'm looking at them going, I don't know how they're all going to fit, but they're slowly fitting together. So my new space is transforming a room into a new office for myself. I have a view of outside, and yeah, I'm able to open the window and let the fresh air come in, and that feels amazing. I put some of my favorite things in here to remind me of where I'm at in life, where I want to go, lots of plants so that I can remember that it's important to just grow. And growing doesn't come from comfort zones. Growing comes from stepping out of the comfort zone, and it also comes from making really big mistakes. So wherever you are today, I hope that if you are in the midst of making a mistake, that you can tell yourself, as long as I know what I've done wrong and I move my way through it and I can own it and apologize if I've hurt somebody, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. God doesn't punish us for our mistakes. He says, learn from it, and then places it back on us to be able to grow and evolve. So that's my little bit of a ramble for tonight. I have a lot of schoolwork to get to, so I'm going to settle into my new office space and get to work. Thanks for watching. Cheers.